Welcome to the Sykes and Company PA video blog.
So first we would talk to you on, okay, what is being done now? Who is doing what? Who is handling it, and how are things being done? So we can get a handle on what your experience is with it. Are you going to keep the same employees? Are you going to keep the same bookkeeper? If so, we need to know the experience of that bookkeeper, what they feel comfortable in handling or setting up from the beginning. So we're trying to get a feel of where they are in the whole setup process. Somebody might have been keeping books for years and years, but not necessarily started from day one, so they really don't understand what they have to do to have a whole new setup. After we go through that initial conversation, we absorb, exactly the experience level of the employees involved, and then we see what's already been done. A lot of times, an attorney is working in the background, or the previous accountant has already done a few things. So we'll try to get that information and weave it into what we will be doing for the new setup. Just try to make everybody comfortable with the whole process. It's usually more on a local system in the office, in the back office. Sometimes it's the owner with a laptop, but usually it's not server-based. It's more a local computer, although we have had some server. So we can handle any of that. We'll get a copy. A lot of times, if we can, if the previous owner will allow us, we'll get a copy of their file just to get the chart of accounts that the bookkeeper's already used to, and use that to set up the new file. And so that they feel a little bit more comfortable when they go into their new file, they see their accounts, and it's a little bit easier. So they can have access to their file, we can have access to it. It's very secure. Everybody has their own passwords, and they log in. And so just having that access to it, there are no files to pass back and forth between the accountant, and we can both go in there. If they get stuck on something, we can log in and say, okay, let me look at what you've done, or let me help you through that. And it's very easy to make that transition. Oh, that's just a few minutes. We just get the file and we set it up in the hosted environment in Right Networks. And then once the IT side of it has been squared away, they will have an icon on their desktop, and they just click on that and they go right into QuickBooks. So that part's pretty painless. The worst case scenario, if it's November and nothing's been recorded all year or something like that, that can be pretty bad, but we can handle that too. I mean, it's really no problem. Or if somebody that really didn't know what they were doing and they were posting all this stuff on the books, we can get that cleaned up, and a lot of times we'll get the cleanup done before we actually convert the file over and get it set up. So I mean, we've seen all kinds of things. So it's really, it's just part of the day's work for us to get it going. And we like it. We're accountants. We like doing that kind of stuff. We like getting things straight and making it work right. After our IT guy has gone in and got the equipment squared away, which he can do most anything online, we can just dial into your system and actually walk you through and show you what you need to do, and help you post things. And the beauty of it is we can do as little or as much as you need for us to do. So if you need for us to go in there and do some work, we can. Or if you feel confident about it, we can show you how to do it, and then we can check it after you do it. So. We can do as little or as much as a pharmacy owner needs. And it doesn't have to be an either or situation. If you start out and you think, well, I can handle everything, I don't need you all, I can pay my own bills, I can do this, but it doesn't quite work out that way, we can step in and provide the controllership accounting. We can actually pay the bills for you. If you can get them in the system, we can take it from there. We can reconcile the bank account. We can help you with the check writing and do the financials. If you find as time goes on and that you can handle more of that yourself, then we can back away from it. So it's not something you have to choose, black or white, either or. We can work with you and provide the services. Most, a lot of people think they can handle everything, and that's good, but they find it's overwhelming. is too much. And so then, even though they didn't choose controllership from the beginning, we can help them and say, we could help you with that burden. We can take that off of you. Let us do it for a little while, until you get your feet, firmly planted, and then we can see what you can do, and till that comfort level is there. So, to me, that's the best part about the whole setup is that. If you don't want us to do much, if you just want us to do end of the month review or post a few adjustments or do your financials, we can do that. Or if you need help all the way through, we can provide that. We have a lot of pharmacy clients, and we've been working with pharmacies for many years. And so we've got a good feel for that whole industry. We keep up with it, and we can tell you what your peers are doing, and where you should be in that whole picture. So it's not that we just understand the numbers. We understand what they mean and what they mean to you in your particular industry. That first year is very critical. From the beginning, we don't like people to make um, major decisions on retirement plans. We let them get their feet wet first, to understand how it's going to work for them. So, in things like that, we'll advise, 3 to 6 months. Let's get the basics in place. Let's get things going. Let's make sure, everything's flowing properly. And then we can work on these other situations. So that first year is very critical. A good bottom line. Yes, we like to see growth, and we like to see that the knowledge is there and that they're getting it. They're understanding what they're looking at. That's very, satisfying to see that happen.
Thank you for joining us today. You can find more information and future video blogs at the Sykes website, www.sykes-cpa.com. If you have questions, please feel free to contact All in Sykes directly at the information listed below. Thank you.